What's up guys, Meredith with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we are checking out the RedRock ABS side steps fitting all 2021 and newer 4-door Broncos. Now these will be a fantastic option for the Bronco owner who didn't get side steps from the factory and wants a subtle and very functional way to access their cab area much easier. These will also be very helpful for better access for your shorter passengers and kids, even more so if your Bronco is lifted, and will add wider coverage to protect your rocker area from rock chips and on-road debris, or even light off-road applications for wherever you're taking your Bronco. These will feature a running board style design and have a roughly 5-inch wide stepping surface from front to back, which will offer you a generous amount of space to plant your foot on a daily basis. On top, these will also feature a textured pattern in the design to allow for some better traction, in addition to adding some dimension to the step that complements the angled edges and cutouts in the center very well, in my opinion. Additionally, these will give the side of your Bronco some more protection, but I do want to note that because of the construction, these will be for lighter situations like rocks thrown from the tires and fire trails, so just keep that in mind. As it says in the name, these will be made of an ABS plastic material. Now this type of plastic will be very durable for what it is, with a thicker construction to withstand light to medium impacts, and with being ABS, they are also going to be very light, so you're not going to weigh down your build at all. The steps will also match very well with other OE plastic trim on your Bronco, considering the factory black and gray style finish that these have, and they'll also be UV treated, so these will hold up and resist fading for years to come. The brackets, however, will be made of a steel material with a black coating on top to resist any rusting, and the kit will come with all the other hardware needed for a bolt-on, no modification needed install. These will come in at around $350, which I think is a great price for a solid set of running boards. Now compared to other options available, these will keep more of that OE style appearance with a little bit of extra styling in the mix, and they will offer a lot of space for accessibility and that lighter protection aspect. I think if you are in search of a step that's more on the OE style side and won't be doing any challenging off-roading with your Bronco where you would need that extra protection, then this is going to be a fantastic choice to consider. Installing these is a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should only take you about an hour to get these bolted up to your Bronco. Now if you don't want to tackle this install yourself, this is eligible for our recommended shop install program, where we set you up with a shop that's local to you at a set low cost, and you can check out more information about the program on the product page. However, if you do plan on installing these on your Bronco yourself, or are just interested in a detailed breakdown of the install, we can head over to the shop and check that out on our Bronco right now.
The tools you'll need for this project are a 3/8 ratchet, a 10mm socket, and a 16mm socket. Hi everyone, today we're installing a set of running boards on our Bronco, so let's get started. All right, first thing we're going to do is install our mounting brackets on the vehicle. Now the brackets are side specific and they are all stamped on the back side. So we have FL on this one for front left, we have ML on this one for middle left, and we have another one that's RL for rear left. Now the process for installing these brackets are going to be exactly the same. The only difference is the middle and the rear brackets have this little curve to them, whereas the front bracket is just straight. So let's go ahead and get these installed. All right, now our front bracket is going to go right here, right behind the body mount bolt here. As you can see, it's almost a flat surface here, whereas the ones in the back are not going to be flat. You're going to have one right here along the inside rocker panel, and the other one's going to be up on the side of it. So to install these, we're just going to use the M10 bolt and a flat washer that's supplied in the kit. Loosely attach this to the vehicle until we actually get the steps on. So it's going to require 2 bolts and 2 flat washers. Like I said, we're just going to loosely attach them right now just to hold them in place. And now you can follow the same process for the other 2 brackets. All right, now we're ready to install our steps. Now the steps are not side specific, however they are hole specific, meaning we've got 2 sets of holes on each board, and they're all labeled with either an R or an L. So if we're putting this on the driver's side, we're going to use the holes that are stamped with an L on them for the left side. So we'll do the same thing. We've got 3 sets of holes along the bottom side here. So we're going to go ahead and use our M8 bolts with washers attached to them to go ahead and install these. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, so we'll go ahead and set our board up on the brackets, making sure that we line up the holes for the left side on the bottom of the steps. And then we'll go ahead and use our M8 bolts, get those loosely attached to all 6 holes. All right, now at this point, they're loosely attached. So what you can do is go ahead and adjust. There's a little bit of movement in there. So go ahead and adjust these to where you want them to be. And once you've got them in the position you want, then we'll go ahead and tighten those bolts down with our 10mm socket. Now we'll go ahead and tighten down the brackets to the inner rocker panel using our 16mm socket. Now, like I said, we'll tighten down these bolts here using our 16mm socket. And now you can do the same thing for the other 2 brackets. And now that you got one side installed, you can go ahead and repeat that whole process for the other side. And that wraps up our review and install of the RedRock ABS side steps for the 21 to current Bronco 4-door. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things Bronco, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.